From the home screen, click the Addresses icon. Or from the Go menu, select Addresses, which will open up the address stack to the first tab, General. To search for another address or contact, type the name in the Look For field at the bottom of the card. After 3 characters, a list of matches will be displayed. You can narrow your search, entering 3 characters or more of the last name or the company name, along with 3 characters of the first name. Click on a name in the list to go to the contact's address record, or use the return key on your keyboard to go to the next matching record. To the right of the Look For field is a drop-down list of other options you can search by: Notes, Loanouts, Vitals, or last 4 digits of Social Security number. As I put my cursor over a phone number or an email address, the cursor changes to a different icon resembling a menu. This indicates that there are options if I right-click. In this case, I can copy a phone number or all the phone numbers or email addresses to the clipboard so I can paste into another application. In some cases, clicking on a number will dial the number through Skype or your phone system. Clicking on an email address will open the In Entertainment Email composition window. The first 2 notes from the Notes tab are displayed in alphabetical order unless a note is marked as the PDA note in the Notes tab. Notes marked in this way will be displayed first. Later, using the In Entertainment Preferences, we will show you how you can customize the layout of the General tab. Each address record type is indicated by an icon in the upper left-hand corner. An icon of a group of people indicates a client of yours. A Rolodex icon indicates a regular contact address record, and a building icon indicates company record. Double-clicking on the icon will let you add a picture, usually a headshot, in place of the icon. To create a new record, select the New button, or hold Command, Control, and N on your keyboard, and then type the first and last name or company name. Select either the Person or Company button as the type. These 2 types have different functions in the program. For this example, we will do a person. Select OK after choosing an option. You will now be in the Edit window. Next to the Name field is the Lightbulb button, which allows you to clarify the name further. You can add prefixes such as Dr., Mr., or Mrs. And you can also add suffixes such as professional titles or junior, senior, etc. Often, if the person has a middle name, you may need to move that to the first name field. Once you hit OK, you'll see that the prefix shows up, not in the name field, but in the mailing label field. Below the name field is the title field. You can pick from the available options in the drop-down list. Or if you type a title into this box, it will auto-match to the list. This program allows you to enter a title not in the list, but that title will only be available on this record, whereas titles added to the list will be available on all records. Below the title field is the salutation pop-up. You can adjust the salutation as needed. This is used whenever something is addressed to this person or company. If you'd like to change the salutation or greeting, you can select the option you'd like. If you don't see what you would want, select Other to enter it. Next to the salutation field, you can mark this record as a client using the checkbox. This will allow this record to have a dedicated calendar and also make this contact selectable when doing submissions, appointments, and bookings. If they cease being a client, you can uncheck this box, and you won't lose any information. If you're unable to enter a client's name for submissions, appointments, or bookings, it is usually because this box isn't checked. You can tell that this box is checked because the word client will appear on the top right of the address card underneath the icons. Use the company field to link this contact to an already existing company. To do this, you can click the Link button and type the name of the company, or just type the name of the company in the field. As before, you only need to type the first few letters, and the company name will display in the list. If the contact is already linked to a company but has moved to a new company, you can click on the link icon and select New Link to enter a different company, and that will remove the prior company as well. If you have more than one location for a company, then holding your mouse down on the name will pop up with more information. If you link a company card to a personal contact card, phones, emails, Twitter, etc., addresses, divisions, and categories from the company record will be shared with this personal record. You can remove linked items that don't pertain to this record. Linked information is always in purple. You can also add phones, etc., addresses, division, and categories that are unique to this record. It is also possible to type a bracket in the number field on a company card to see a list of email formulas that will automatically make the email address for an employee when linked to said company card. You can also add a company only to this record, what we call a simple company, without having to create a separate card or link it to an already existing company. However, if there is going to be more than one employee at this company, it is better to create a company card and link it to the person. When you update the information on a company card, like phone numbers or street addresses, it will update all contacts connected to that company card, so you only have to update the information once. When using a simple company, you can also convert it to a linked company at a later time. That will be covered in another video. If a company is not already in the database, you can type the name in the field, hit enter, and the system will ask you if you'd like to create a new company. If you answer yes, it will create a new record. If you choose no, you won't be prompted to create a new card for that company, but know that you can always go back and create a separate company card at a later time. Under the company field is the division field. This can be for this entry only, or it can be shared from the company record if you have linked this card to a company card. If a division is linked, it can be removed from this record. When entering phone numbers for the US or Canada, type the 10 digits into the field and hit the tab button. The phone number will be automatically formatted for you. If the number is outside the US or Canada, you'll have to format it specific to the country. When adding phone numbers from a different country, you can enter the phone number into the field and hit the light bulb button. This will allow you to clarify the phone number and specify which country it's from. You can select a country code from the drop-down menu. When you select a country, it will automatically format the number and add the country code to the number. You can add a space followed by an X or EXT, followed by the extension, or use the light bulb button to add an extension to phone numbers, regardless of what country they're from. You can indicate what type of phone number it is by either selecting something from the drop-down list or by simply typing the first letters to indicate the type. When adding the phone number, if you have used a phone type that's not currently in the database, the system will then prompt you to add it to the global list. That will make it available for everyone, or for this record only. When you're choosing what type of phone number it is, it's very important to make sure that you are accurate with this information. The system uses this field to determine what's pulled for actions like emails, call lists, and more. We'll choose cell in this case and add iPhone to the global list. For example, put Twitter in the field, and the system will know it is an internet type. The phone number or email address that's at the top of the list is always used as the primary entry. To change their order for this record, drag them up or down within the list. The category field allows you to organize your contacts within the database. You can create lists, directories, and exports of records linked to one or more categories. Categories are unique to each database. Multiple categories can be linked to a category group to make searching easier. In this way, if we were to create a category group, client support, and then search for client support, you would see business managers and agents if you add those categories to the category group, client support. To add a new category, double-click the category field, and all of the categories will appear. You can type the first few characters of your desired category, and it will take you to that place within the list. You can select or deselect multiple categories by clicking the categories on or off, indicated by a black dot. If you want to create a new category, click Edit Categories. This will pull up the list editor. Select New, enter the new category, and then hit OK. You'll now see your new category appear in the list. You can also edit this list by going to the Tools menu between Go and Addresses and selecting Edit Lists. Then edit the list for categories or category groups. The country field within Addresses always defaults to the home country of your database. This can be reassigned in Preferences if any user happens to be in a different country or territory than the majority of other users. Select a country from the drop-down list. For the United States and Canada, once you've entered the street addresses, you can skip to the zip or postcode field and enter the zip or postcode. Using the Tab key will cause the city and state fields to auto-populate. For the type field of an address, you can enter the first few characters and it will auto-populate, or you can also select it from the drop-down list. If you don't see the option for the type that you'd like, you can also type it in the field and hit Enter. The system will prompt you to add it to this record only, or add it to the global list. The first address listed within the address list is used for mailings and checks, unless it's been overridden in the Accounting tab. You can drag addresses up and down within the list to determine the primary address. Viewable by pop-up list allows you to make a specific contact card private or viewable to a specific group of people by selecting a person, a defined group, or choose custom for an ad hoc selection. The Special Dates button allows you to add birthdays, anniversaries, work permit expirations, contract dates, or industry-specific expirations. You can choose a type of special date from the drop-down menu and then enter the appropriate information for that date. You can choose which group can see it. You have the option to display it in the calendar. You can set reminders, which is good if it's a work permit or some sort of expiration that you need to keep tabs on. Click Save Changes once everything is complete.